Hello internet friends. We are still working on this left elevator in this video. We're going to be riveting the skins, both the top and the bottom, to the front spar. Now you can tell the front spar because it faces it's really hard to tell which way anything faces. In fact, in the plans it'll say fore and aft, and you kind of have to visualize like which way it fits on the plane. So what we're looking at is the front spar, right? And you can tell that because it's facing forward. But yeah, otherwise you have to kind of visualize which way things go, which is really hard. I wish vans would just have like a 3D wire frame model that you could spin around and be like, oh, that's the orientation that this thing should go. Even sometimes it's hard to tell which way you should put the rivets in, which, where should you use the shop head. Normally, or at least my understanding is, if you want to, if you have a smaller piece of metal joining a bigger piece of metal, like, the doubler to the spar, that you would put the shop head on the smaller piece of metal. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. So I guess I need to do a little more research there. As you can see here, you kind of have to reach over the skin. The skin's about, I don't know, probably, actually it's probably exactly 3 inches, because I had to buy a 3-inch yoke for the pneumatic squeezer in order to be able to fit over the skin there and rivet the skin to the spar. So definitely going to be useful here to, if you're using a pneumatic squeezer, to have at least a 3-inch yoke. I think they make one bigger, like 4 inches, but the 3 inches is just enough for this to work here. And I just think this is interesting while I'm sitting here building my elevator. I'm sitting here watching YouTube videos of Mike Patey building Scrappy, which, it goes in a circle, right? Everyone is posting content to help everybody else. At least that's my thought of why I'm doing this, besides being completely selfish in making a log for myself. Now, really here, you don't have to use a pneumatic squeezer at all. If you really wanted to, you could use the rivet gun and just buck it with, a bucking bar. But I prefer the pneumatic squeezer. Yeah, you'll find old school dudes that are like, oh, we can do everything with a bucking bar, and I'm just not that good. Yeah, so the squeezer makes it super easy to get the same result every single time, right? It's like a computerized thing, so it's not digital at all. I'm just saying it's like a digital thing where, you pull the trigger, you get the same squeeze every time as long as you center it right over the rivet you're trying to squeeze. So I did some playing around also this morning with video codecs, and this is going to be nerd talk. Trying to figure out why my encode speed was so low, and I thought it might have been my SD card that I was using. So I read up on that, and so there's different speeds, and apparently the fastest speed you can get is a V90, which is super expensive. So the next best speed is a V30 or a U3, something like that. And the card I was using was a U1, so I got that, wrote some video to it, and then put it back in my card reader, and I was still only getting 18 megs a second, which meant that I was pretty much only encoding, even using my NVIDIA card at real time. So I was shocked, because I had been getting a lot better results. And then I tried a different card reader, and it got a full 90 megs a second. So I realized that the card reader that I was using, a little tiny mini USB sized one that it's basically the exact same size as the micro SD, but with a slot to stick the micro SD card in, and a USB connector. Anyway, that is junk. It only goes 20 megs a second apparently. So I'm not going to use that one anymore, and my goal is to basically, once I'm done working for the day, come in, encode the video, and do some commentary. So we'll see how that goes, because basically I'm just finishing encoding the video from today. And I guess I'll write some commentary for it. Then when we get to it, hopefully next week, I'll have actual mistakes to tell you about. I can't remember if I talked about this bucking bar from Cleveland Tool, but basically you need it. Like, just buy it. It's like $40. And it makes it so you can super easily reach in there and buck the rivets for the elevator, basically the rear part of the elevator that you see me reaching in right there. Of course, this is the left elevator. The right elevator goes all the way across. Okay, well, in the next video, more left elevator, which no CFI has ever said.